Good afternoon, dear participants of the conference. Let me present you the results of the research Information and Library Support for Education in the Context of its Digitalization. The authors of the work are Larisa Berezivska, Doctor of Pedagogical Sciences, Professor, Director of the State Scientific and Pedagogical Library of Ukraine, named after Sukhamlinsky, National Academy of Pedagogical Sciences of Ukraine. Andrei Guralyuk, PhD of Pedagogical Sciences, Senior Researcher, Head of the Department of ICT and Scientometrics. Larisa Ponomarenko, PhD of Sciences in Social Communications, Head of the Department of Scientific and Educational Information Resources. Marina Rostoka, PhD of Pedagogical Sciences, Senior Researcher of the Department of Scientific Information and Analytical Support of Education. Snezhana Tarnavska, PhD of Historical Sciences, Scientific Secretary. A global threat is the digitalization of libraries, the provision of open access to printed and electronic documents, the formation of modern information resources, the optimization of traditional methods of working with information in the library environment. In the process of innovative development of education, an important factor in its modernization is information and library support, which we consider as a purposeful activity to create digital information resources and provide access to them based on the widespread use of the latest ICTs to meet the information needs of users, applicants for education, pedagogical, scientific and pedagogical workers. Information and library support of education is carried out by a network of educational libraries, headed by the State Scientific and Pedagogical Library of Ukraine, named after Sukhamlinsky, National Academy of Pedagogical Sciences of Ukraine, hereinafter SSPL. The branch network of libraries unites more than 15,000 institutions, which are an integral microsystem that is a part of the scientific and information infrastructure of the educational sphere of Ukraine. The purpose of our study is to reveal the features, significance and prospects of information and library support for education in Ukraine in the context of its digitalization, which provides for the solution of the following tasks: to highlight the scientific and practical results of information and library activities of educational libraries, to argue the leading role of SSPL in the implementation of information support for education. SSPL scientists have carried out a number of complex scientific studies of an interdisciplinary nature, the relevance of which is due to the need for information support for the processes of reforming, modernizing and improving the quality of the education in Ukraine. Search for innovative approaches to the formation of industrial library and information resources and ways of providing access to them. Improvement of the system of scientific and informational support of the education sector. First of all, theoretical, methodological, organizational foundations have been developed, and a model of system of scientific information support has been created, consisted of three directions: bibliographic, abstract, and information and analytical. The introduction of ICT has led to an increase in the number of remote users and virtual visits to libraries. Statistics shows that virtual visitors, over 1.3 billion, are almost 8 times more than traditional ones, over 167 million. In particular, the SSPL web portal, updated in 2016 as a web-based technological platform, also accessible from mobile devices, informs about all areas of institutions' activities, presents its resources, innovative services, which leads to an increase in the efficiency and quality of scientific and information support of the education sector, and its scientific and methodological support. The dynamics of visits to the web portal is displayed on the diagram. The most popular digital resources and services of the SSPL are databases of an electronic catalog, digital content of a collection of rare publications, a scientific and pedagogical electronic library, a virtual information and bibliographic resource, outstanding teachers of Ukraine and the world, online projects, virtual reading rooms. All this creates opportunities for the prompt satisfaction of various information needs of remote users. SSPL plays a leading role in the integration and dissemination of pedagogical biographical knowledge. Since 2008, an electronic information and bibliographic resource, Outstanding Teachers of Ukraine and the World, has been created, the purpose of which is to popularize the best achievements of domestic and foreign pedagogical and psychological sciences. The resource provides information on the following structure: biography of the personality, bibliography of his works and materials about him, selected full-text works, additional materials including a photo gallery, information disclosing the activities of the institution bearing his name, information about awards, prizes, monuments, scientific readings associated with the name of an outstanding personality, etc. Currently, the specified resources, which is systematically supplemented and updated, contains information about 70 persons in Ukrainian and English. Today, it is one of the most popular and demanded resources of the SSPL, confirming the relevant statistical data. In the course of from 2020 to 2021, specialists of SSPL of Ukraine named after Sukhamlinsky implemented 6 online projects via Facebook. We stand on the shoulders of our predecessors, outstanding teachers of the university. Read Sukhamlinsky online, Aphorism of Sukhamlinsky, Tales of Sukhamlinsky in Manuals of Savchenko, Sukhamlinsky News, Calendar of significant and memorable dates in the field of education. All of these online projects are very popular among Facebook users, including scientific and scientific pedagogical workers, teachers, education seekers, as evidenced by numerous views, comments and discussions. To provide scientists and teachers with remote access to information resources, to quickly and efficiently satisfy their requests at the beginning of 2021, specialists from the SSPL of Ukraine named after Sukhamlinsky created and presented on the institution's web portal a virtual reading room of the Sukhamlinsky Fund, a virtual reading room of a teacher, and a virtual room museum of a rare book. In the context of development of digital pedagogy, modern challenges, in particular the global pandemic of COVID-19, an important factor in the modernization of education is its information and library support. The leading role in the process in Ukraine is played by the network of educational libraries headed by the SSPL. The results of the carried-out research provided the theoretical and methodological foundations for the creation of an industry information resources, scientific, methodological and informational support for the activities of educational libraries to adapt them to modern requirements. The practical implementation of the research results made it possible to provide remote information services, access to domestic and foreign resources through the SSPL web portal and websites, creation of various digital resources, conducting scientific, informational, cultural, and educational events in an online format. Thank you for your attention. We hope that our report was useful to you.